Mushrooms, honestly, once you get them at the ready to fruit stage, they are going to do the work. You need to open the bag, give them the right environment, and just wait. Make sure the environment's right, and they're going to grow. If there's mycelium, the mushrooms will grow. If there's contamination, that's another story. So the right conditions, humidity-wise, we're looking at anywhere between 75 to 85% humidity. We're looking for airflow that is consistent with oxygen, because unlike other plants, or plants in general, fungi are not plants, but unlike plants, these actually use oxygen. So they essentially breathe oxygen just like we do. So they need fresh air exchange constantly. If not, you'll have very off growth. You'll have leggy mushrooms, mushrooms that just don't look right. As far as the lighting goes, regular lights are fine. Little T5 LEDs do great. You don't need anything special. Daylight is fine. They just need light a couple of hours a day. It's just, like I said, the pinning factor that really gets them to start growing. And what we mean by pinning is the mushrooms start to grow little babies, or the block will start growing little babies. So a lot of this stuff just stops people before they even get started, because you don't know what the four factors are to get growing right when you start. So there's just lots of things that can go wrong, and it really discourages people. The third lie that we're going to get into is that it just costs too much to get started. And this is my favorite one to kind of break down, because like I'd mentioned, we got started with just a couple $100s, and there's not a super large investment. And that's a beautiful thing, because when you're looking at row cropping, when you're looking at farming multiple acres, right there up front, you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars in a combine, in grain bins, all of this huge equipment that, quite frankly, you don't get your money worth out of in the long run. So this is what most beginners actually end up spending to actually get a good flush. And this is why so many people just kind of are like up and out of this whole dealio, because they're buying failed kits on Amazon, bad substrate batches, contamination, not having a right grow setup, humidification that's broken, bad substrate, the wasted hours, priceless, literally priceless. You don't get your time back. So most people have into this thing before they get started, especially if they're trying to cultivate on a commercial level. I mean, they have a couple $100, if not $1,500, $2,000 into their first flush. And that's just like getting started. And without any prior knowledge, that's a risk and a potential haphazard situation for a lot of folks. And that's why we want to get this information out to people, because there's so little of it out there that's organized and actually makes sense. I know when I was learning, we learned literally how to grow from Mushroom Growing Facebook page. That was it. I would go in there, I would search the search bar, and I would try to find people who were talking about things that I was trying to research. And that's how we trial and errored and got to this point. So the farms that I've seen, they're dying because of lack of passion, because of a lack of consistency. When you have chef clients or people who are looking to buy from you on a regular basis, when you don't have that product, they don't stay clients for long. And that's the ultimate problem that I'm seeing in the industry as somebody who's a supplier. So what if everything you needed was already in a box? And it is available from so many places all over the place. I mean, I'm sure you guys have heard of North Spore and all of these other places selling little grow kits and other maybe Home Depot kits you've seen, and they all work well. Don't get me wrong. You'll get some mushrooms, but you're looking at like a couple of ounces of mushrooms off of a Home Depot kit that costs $30. So we obviously sell the blocks too, and we call ours the cultivator kits, and they're 10-pound blocks. They yield 2 to 4 pounds, and really they are the top-notch blocks in the industry. And I just say that because, I like my stuff, but they're a little bit bigger, so you don't have to worry about these little tiny yields. So starting is not so much about the money in high value specialty crops as it is the knowledge to get started. And let me just make sure the recording's on here. Okay, we're good. Just wanted to double check that. So yeah, it's not about the money. It's about just the knowledge and getting started with the foundation and learning from people who have walked in the path. So you got to remove the excuses, the excuses that it costs too much, that there's not a way to do it. You don't have the space. Like we've literally seen people build businesses, build little farm stand communities from just a couple of blocks a week. We have a lot of customers who are existing farms who are selling produce. They're selling other vegetables and stuff. And this really works right into the whole scheme of things pretty perfectly. So that's exactly what we've built is a system. So if you don't mind, I'd like to show you what's inside the system. Maybe you have heard of the Pro Grow Club. It's this club that we've been working on to get growers going. And there's a whole ton of value here. So if you don't mind, I just wanted to talk about the Pro Grow Club quick. We'll have some Q&A here at the end, and we'll keep the conversation going. I love interacting with folks and helping folks. And 10 Mile itself, like I said, we're kind of just here for support for folks. So the Pro Grow Club, it is a monthly cultivator kit subscription program where you're going to get 10-pound blocks shipped to your door every single month. So we have an option for 1, 2, and 4 kits. So, you can kind of pick and choose your level of what you want to get started with. So we'll go over the actual what else is there, but there's a ton of other components. Folks are getting these grow tents for free. We're opening this Pro Grow Club up for 50 founding members only. So it's going to be cut off at 50. We really can't take any more people in. We want to get the foundation started, and we want to have the community tight knit before we open it up to other people. So a free grow tent for people buying a yearly plan, you're going to get a free commercial grade dehydrator as well. So a grow tent, a dehydrator, pretty much the first things that you need to start stockpiling mushrooms and at least selling dried mushrooms. We'll give you a spray bottle, everything that you need to get started. Monthly group calls. This is something we're super pumped about because we already do a ton of coaching. We do a ton of direct outreach to people on the daily. So this just fits in perfect. So all of the members of the Pro Grow Club, we're going to have a monthly meeting like this, and it's going to be essentially a round table where you're going to get direct guidance from growers and from people who are already doing it. And, we get to grow and learn along the way together, which is really my favorite part because there's always something else to learn. And that's the beauty and the mystery of fungi and of specialty mushrooms. You're going to get our full educational library. I have hours and hours of training videos that will be posted to our community page. And this really gives you a deep insight of all of the processes of setting up something that's a little bit maybe on the business side, but it's also totally applicable to just growing at home. Obviously, you're going to get founding member status, and this comes with direct access to our support email. Everything is guaranteed by us. If you have a block that doesn't grow, we're going to get you a new one. So free shipping is another big one. We're valuing this at $300 because shipping these blocks, they're heavy. This pallet here of ready to fruit substrate we're shipping to another farm, it costs a couple $100 sometimes. And just to ship 1 or 2 blocks, you're looking at $20. So we figured out a way to work this into the pricing to where you don't have to worry about it whatsoever. And these are just a couple of the other things that you're going to get: a marketing feasibility and sales guide, our Farm Launch Lite program, which is starting the actual mushroom farm. It's the A to Z startup plan, our video training library, and a 14-day guided grow blueprint. So first month, founding members are going to get an extra grow block. They're going to get more priority support. And like I said, the free Farm Launch Lite. So the total value stack here, we're looking at like $1,500 when you combine all of this stuff up in your first month. And we're going to get this offer out right now for, on this call, $59.99 a month for the 1 kit subscription. So like I said, we have 1, 2, and 4. So $59.99 a month for 1. Pro Grow, you're going to get for $99 a month, and you're getting 1 month free there. So 2 kits per month, you're getting a month free when you purchase 6 months. The Elite Fresh Club, 4 blocks at $149.99 a month. And that comes with everything that we just talked about. And you can save with Prepay. So if you want any of these tiers, so the 1, 2, or 4 block tiers, if you purchase them in 6 months or 12-month prepays, here's what you're going to get: a free month, free grow tent, all the other listed offers. Don't get the dehydrator in the 6 month, but you still get the free shipping with a total savings of almost $500. The 12-month, you're going to get 2 months free, free grow tent, free dehydrator, all of the other listed offers, and free shipping. So we'll continue the talk here. I am going to just, in the chat, I will drop the link in here. If anybody is interested, please feel free to check out the landing page there. So as I stated, 50 founding member spots. We're trying to get this thing buttoned up and tight and get these first couple of months out, get everybody their dehydrators, their grow tents. How it's going to work is they're going to ship on probably the first or second Monday of the month. So everybody will be getting their blocks at the same time. If you're getting 1 block, you know, that's about good for 1 week. 4 blocks, then you're doing a block a week and you're actually growing something consistently at that point. So where you'll be from 90 days from now and 1 year from now even, so 30 days, you're going to be pulling your first flushes. You're going to be getting intimate with these species. They're rotating species, so you're getting different blocks at different times. And 90 days from now, you'll be harvesting mushrooms regularly at that point, where you can start stockpiling, selling them, doing really whatever you want. There's so many great recipes out there that require mushrooms that are neglected because we don't have the proper mushrooms available. The cremini, the portobellos, they only go so far. And as the case with me, 1 year into the journey, we're at the farmer's market. We're walking into a chef's kitchen. We're delivering. We're starting to do things like a real business. And that all just started just with getting our hands dirty, growing, and really, really providing value. So Farm Launch, it rolls off the Pro Grow Club. Our Farm Launch program is something where we're starting farms from scratch. Being the ready-to-fruit block supplier, we've seen the pitfalls. So what we're doing is we've created a program where we're working with people one-on-one and getting them rolling with bulk substrate, essentially. So what's holding you back? You know, you don't have the time, you don't have the space. What if you fail? You're not going to fail, because guess what? You have community support. You have people behind you who are going to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do. It's all about accountability. It's all about just working together and really providing something special. You know, there's still so much space to be had. I'm sure you may know of a specialty mushroom grower near you, but there's still so much room to be had. We are, as a American culture here, only eating less than a pound of mushrooms a year per person. When you get into these Asian countries, you're talking 30 to 50 pounds a year that they're eating solely. And that's what we have to look forward to if this industry is kind of taken into seriousness with the higher ups. So if you want to, I didn't get the registration URL there, but I provided it there in the chat. So please take a look at it, guys. There's a lot of value there. We're literally giving away thousands of dollars of free stuff here. We want people to be successful, and we want you to have an experience that is worth remembering, because that's what it's all about. It's about making an experience. It's about bringing people together and creating community. And that's what the Pro Grow Club essentially is. So check out the Pro Grow Club there. Really appreciate you guys coming.